Today we are doing our next in our series of collabs, and today we are doing main meals, dinner, supper, whichever you call it. And Mickey sent me her chili recipe. So I've never had chili before, and the family don't like spicy food, but I like spicy food, so I'll probably just dial back the spice and then add extra for myself. She's also sent a recipe for the cornbread that is traditional with chili, and unfortunately I'm having a lot of trouble getting cornmeal over here. I did try it with polenta, which apparently is quite similar, or fairly much the same. And anyway, so I tried it with polenta and it just didn't work. The cornbread itself was perfect, but it just had a gritty taste because I think polenta needs to be cooked and soak up liquid in that, so it just didn't quite work in the cornbread recipe. So I've tried lots of different shops, different supermarkets, health food stores, and I just can't get cornmeal. And corn flour is, I found corn flour, but that's a different product. So if I find some, because I know there is one supermarket, but it's like an hour away from where I live. So if I make my way over there another time, I will make a cornbread recipe. So I can add it another time, and then I can link it with this video. So as usual, I've got my apron on. I've got a new one today. See, got little veggies. Slowly getting my collection up. So anyway, as usual, get everything ready and let's make a start. I think this recipe will probably be quite quick. It's all in the frying pan, and you also serve it with corn chips and cheese on top, and sour cream if you've got sour cream if you want. Yeah, it's kind of up to you. So anyway, let's have a go. So I'm just looking down at the phone again for the recipe. It's got 2 pounds of ground beef, which is roughly about a kilo, and she says you can use ground turkey as well. A can of chili beans or pinto beans, drained but not rinsed. A quart jar of chopped tomatoes, jalapenos, thinly sliced, and chili seasoning. So the chili seasoning is a separate thing, so we will make that up as well. Okay, so for the chili mix, she has sent me a link to a website, Bake It With Love, and it's just a mix that you make up yourself, and then you just keep it in the pantry for when you need it. So I'll read it out. It's chili powder, paprika, some flour, ground coriander, ground cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, and crushed red pepper flakes. So we'll just make up some of that now. Right, so I'm just grabbing all the chili seasoning ingredients. So first off, we have the chili powder, and it's just a little bit stuck in the jar there. You can tell I don't use chili powder that often. So that's 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and the next one is a tablespoon of paprika. You can use smoked if you've got it. And then we've got a tablespoon of flour. Of course, if you are gluten-free, you can omit that. And I'm just having a sniff there. Is that the coriander or the cumin? No, it's definitely the coriander. So that's 2 teaspoons of coriander, and then 2 teaspoons of cumin. And then I've got the oregano, so that's a teaspoon of oregano. Garlic powder is 1.5 teaspoons. Oh, sorry, that could be, yep, that's the garlic powder, and this is the onion powder, which is the same, 1.5 teaspoons. Of course, you can double the recipe if you want to make double the amount or even quadruple. So chili flakes, haven't even used that. So that's about half a teaspoon worth. And then just mix it all up and you can store it in a jar. Now the recipe hasn't got onions in it, but Mickey did say that if I wanted to, I could add some onion. So I'm just grabbing some of my pre-diced onion in my silicone bag. That pan was hotter than I thought. All good. Now the recipe called for 1 kilo or 2 pounds of mince, but there's only the 3 of us, so I'm making up 1 pound or 500 grams, roughly anyway. Okay, now I'm just going to brown this meat. So as you're browning, I like to use my potato masher to just take out any lumps, and it's quite handy to have. And then I'm adding a quart jar of diced tomatoes, and I use kidney beans. I don't have pinto beans, and a teaspoon of the chili seasoning. Just use as much as you like. So this is the finished plate. I thought I had some sour cream here, but I've been away for a couple of weeks and it's been used up. So I would love to top this with sour cream, but I've got some corn chips here, Doritos, and I've just popped some cheese over top, and let's give this a go. That's seriously tasty. It's very much like my nachos recipe, or what we call nachos, and but the spices are just slightly different. I'm having another one. Now, finish my mouthful. I only put about a teaspoon of the spice mix in here, and it's got a little kick from the chili powder and the chili flakes, which is really nice, and I don't think that's too much for my family, but I would definitely dial it up more for myself. Oh, this is really yummy. So nice for a winter meal as well. I just only wish that I had the cornbread to go with it, but as I said, if I find cornmeal, I'll make up that recipe. Definitely go give this a try. I did add a little sprinkle of salt as well, but that's personal preference. Thanks Mickey again for a lovely recipe. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I'm going to have that for my lunch. So thanks again for joining us in this collab series. I really hope that you are enjoying it, and we both are having a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, leave us a comment if you can think of something else that we could swap, you know, if you're a Kiwi, something that I could send over to Mickey, and vice versa. Next week we are going to do a sweet pie, so I'm really looking forward to that one. As we know, Americans love their sweet pies, so they've got lots of different pies that they make, so it'll be awesome to see what Mickey sends me. And yeah, once again, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.